Welcome back, dear viewers. Our second guest of the evening is Hamza Taqi, the CEO of Knowledge Consulting. Good evening, Mr.
Good evening,
Hamza,
everyone.
and hope you have a happy Ramadan and you're enjoying it so far.
Thank you. It's beautiful Ramadan this year and every year.
It's
Ramadan
such a
is,
great month.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And it's a pleasure, of course, to have you back with us, Hamza. Your stories are always amazing, and I'm excited to see what's coming up this evening, Mohammed.
Always welcome back.
It's always my pleasure to be with you.
Yeah, we really wonder about learners. Like when we come to analyze the learner, can you please tell us what is the learner mindset, please?
Learner mindset is basically where you are a seeker rather than knowing it all. You have curiosity. You don't judge. You don't prejudge. You don't use, your thoughts. You just see it as it is and explore more to know more.
Exactly.
That's the learner mindset.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Hamza, we open the door of mindset. Now we really want to know, how is mindset formed?
Well, that's a big question, and mindset in general has been studied for the past 35 years or so, and there are many type of mindsets, and what creates or forms our mindset is our belief system. Sometimes something we are told in our childhood that maybe we are good at or maybe we are not good at, and we take it and it becomes in our mindset.
It gets serious.
Yeah, so mindset really is fundamental to any success. Because, many people, they try to change the behavior to change their result.
Yes.
There is a relation between our behaviors and the result that we get or success that we get. But there is a deeper level down, which is the thoughts, how we think and how we think about the world. The one that is below that is more that controls what we do and how we become successful or how we become not successful, for example, which is the mindset, meaning how we view or how we see the world. And usually how we see the world is built on in us as belief system, kind of, and what we've been told since we are child. So we collectively formed a mindset.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And mindsets are really important, just by what you are saying. And I know personally for me, if I want to go out and learn something or even change something in my life, if my mindset is not in the right place, I'm not going to do well. I'm not going to learn. I'm not going to change, no matter how much I try to change my personality. So my question to you is, why is a learning mindset so important?
Well, because it's fundamental to our success. That's why it's so important. And we don't go to that level because see, we always have two minds, kind of. We either are judges or we are learners, or we have a fixed mindset or we have a growth mindset, or we have a positive mindset or a negative learner versus judger. So there are many type of mindset, but there are some mindset that are cleared by research and backed up by research. They're around like 3 or 4 pairs maximum. But if you look at our Holy Quran, إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا. So that's two mindset. You either be grateful or you are unbelievable.
Right.
So, unbeliever. So this is like
Ancient.
1400 years back in our religion. So mindset is really, to make it simple for our audience, is, sometimes you think positively, sometimes you think negatively, sometimes you think in abundance. Some people have mindset of scarcity, that only, or their mind is fixed, that they cannot learn.
Exactly.
They think this is their limitation. So they have limited view how they see things in the world.
Yeah, as the old quote says, like the old cat cannot learn
new tricks.
Yeah. New tricks, that's
of
right.
Of course, we learn all the time, no matter how old we are, we're always learning. And that's the learner mindset or the growth mindset that, and this is like backed by research through neuroscience, that our brain functions differently when we have different mindset. That's why we see people are successful and some people are not.
That's right.
Because really, really, it's not the behavior, it's the mindset. Because they can change the at the behavior level, they get certain results, then they get bored and they go back to the old behavior.
Yes.
Because the mindset is so critical.
And I like that you mentioned growth with mindset.
Yes.
Because people that are not growing and they don't have the learning mindset, they're always at the mindset of, I have made it, I've learned enough, and no growth or learning comes with it at all. So I think those two really do go well together, growth and learning.
Yes, very much. Actually, each pair, you know, they have like, you know, possibilities or impossibilities. Growth or fixed.
Yes.
Like I don't have enough skills, but skills can be learned. Anything in the world can be learned, but provided you have the right mindset, you want to learn, you want to explore, rather than no, maybe I will fail, or you know, you
or I've
you start,
learned enough. I hear a lot of I have learned enough. I don't need to get any bigger. I'm big.
I'm a manager now. You
Yes,
want me to go to
exactly.
training? I became a manager,
Sometimes
and usually those managers, they haven't been in training to transition from employees to managers, so they need the skills.
They usually
manage
know less
people.
than the employees right under them, unfortunately.
The more
Sometimes.
they get promoted, the more they need to develop their
Of
skills.
course,
and
because
improve
they
their
have different
abilities.
skills you need for each level that you are in.
That's
Exactly.
right.
Mr. Hamza, you mentioned about the when we were kids,
Yes.
we get affected about what our parents say to us, and it might affect our mindset.
Yes.
So when we have our mindset, our unique mindset, it affects also learning. How does mindset affect our learning? Will you tell us, please?
Of course. See, if you have the mindset that you know it all, that's it. Your brain will be closed, like you're shutting down for any information that you get. But if you have an open mindset, then you are welcoming any ideas, even if it's against your belief system, against your, you know, the filter that you
Your
have,
routine also.
or your routine. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, this is beautiful. You brought the word routine. Routine is good, but sometimes too much of it, we become into the automatic.
Yeah, it might harm you.
And we become mechanical more than
That's
really.
right.
We forget about that we have a heart and we have you know, a mind to use and live with and enjoy the journey rather than just focusing on the results. And in childhood, it's very important that we become very careful as parents how we praise our children. It's not always to focus on their grade. It's better to focus on the journey and the process and the effort they put in rather than the results. Because sometimes we put enough effort, we don't get the result we expect. That doesn't mean we failed. It's the effort that has been put. That's what we should praise and we focus on. Because the more efforts we put, the better we get.
Yeah. Mr. Hamza,
Yes.
let's go again to the door of the mindset.
Yes.
Let's put a label written on it, under construction. Now tell us, how can we improve our mindset, please?
Wow, that's a good question. How to improve our mindset?
It's under construction now.
Yes. Now, to improve our mindset, basically, we need to dig in. We need to ask ourselves questions. Minimum 3 whys. Okay, why am I doing what I am doing? Okay, or let's take this example to make it simple. Why I want to be a millionaire?
Yes.
Okay, I want to be a millionaire to show people that I am a successful person. Okay, and I drive a fancy car, and I have a beautiful house. Okay. So why you want to have a beautiful house? Why you want to have a fancy car? Why you want to be a millionaire or billionaire for that matter? Because, and then you start digging in, you know, because if I have the money, I can help people, for example, and I can assess, you know, I can make donations and help the poor or make the world a better place. I don't know. You know, and then you say, okay, why you want to make the world a better place? Because maybe I want to create a legacy. So I have a name like Dr. Abdurrahman al-Smith, Allah yarhamah, you know, created a legacy. Like Mother Teresa, like Martin Luther King, like
Right.
anybody, you know, that. So, okay, I want to create a legacy. Then you go, why you want to create a legacy? So you really, really go deep to your value system.
Exactly.
And you find out, you know, why am I here? You know, what do I want to do?
Why
What's
do
my
I
vision?
exist?
Why do I
Right.
exist? Yeah. So these difficult questions is a good way to start, to go to our belief system and, you know, look at it and write it down maybe, and look at it again and write it down and find out what we want. And once we are really, really aligned with our really what we want and what we believe in and our capability and so on, we will have a beautiful mindset. We show in the world as beautiful people. We attract people. We
Yes.
succeed because of our mindset, because we have the abundance. Like abundance, our growth mindset, they think that they can always grow, and if they fail, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. But the fixed mindset, if they fail, they are disastrous, and they go for weeks thinking about the failure. How did they
That's
fail?
right. And sometimes they never get up from that fall, and they think their life is over.
Yeah, and they stay in the mud pit,
Yes.
and they start blaming. They start blaming themselves,
Victimize
feeling shame,
themselves.
victim attitude. That's victimization is a mindset. You know, you feel victim, you feel targeted, and there is a victor, the opposite. You feel, you know, warrior. You feel like
Yes.
you can win. So all these mindset, again, it's how we think and how we see the world. It's like having a pair of glasses, you know, and you change that pair of glasses. It's how you see the world. If you see it abundance, there is a lot. There is you know, anything you can be.
Yes.
Exactly.
Then you attract these things, and you start even learning about how to become what you want to be.
That's right. And I think, Mohammed, it's very unfortunate that a lot of people don't understand the importance of mindset and how it could really change and affect your entire life, or even just the moments you go through on a daily basis. You know, you can be really positive or really negative depending on your mindset.
Sometimes we are the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Not
Well, yeah, our mind is the problem, how we think and how we see the world, basically. And we can shift. Like our tendency, because of the amygdala hijack, because of the flight and fight mechanism that we
Yes.
have, survival mechanism, we tend to go to the default mode of being a judger.
Yes.
Like, oh, why he's wearing this, or why she is like this, or why he is acting in that way. So we start judging. And we learn this from childhood. Even when we see a movie, our parents look at the actor and they say something about them, we're learning, you know. We start judging people without giving a chance for that person even to speak.
Right.
That's first impression, you know, their body language, what they're doing, and immediately you take, and then after maybe you conversate with them and take your time and relax, you see them differently. So you judge them. Why you judge them? So when you go to the judger path, you start blaming yourself, you start blaming, and you question yourself, what's going on? Why am I here? Why people are acting that way? And you see, like, you start complaining about the weather, you start complaining about the government.
Everything.
Everything.
Even
Exactly.
about food, about
Everything
furniture.
just becomes negative instantly.
Absolutely.
What I want to know
Yes.
before we end today's interview is that how can we actually control our mindset, since it's such a powerful tool?
Absolutely. And that's by being aware and accepting that we have two mindsets and we default to the judger. And the question is to ask ourselves, where am I? Am I judging now, or am I a learner? If I'm a judger, do I want to be here? You know, you ask yourself, do I want to be here? Where I'd rather be? And then you switch to become learner. And the learner question is so beautiful. How can I learn from this challenge? Even they don't call it problem, they call it challenge.
Yes.
So they see it as challenge. And challenge is, they see it as a mean to grow and to become more
Right.
strong and powerful. So they're always exploring, they're always seeking the learner. So they like sunshine in front of them, they're all looking up. But the judger is always looking down and they're always blaming,
Exactly.
and they are in that cycle. And they say 1% they can control, according to the research. 1% only, they are aware of their mindset and they can control it, and they can, really shift themselves from being
Yes.
judger to learner, or from being fixed mindset to being growth mindset. Like Dr. Carol Dweck said in her
Yes.
book, Mindset. And the learner and the judger mindset is from a book called Change Your Questions, Change Your Life by Dr. Mary Lee Adams, my teacher.
Yeah.
Well, I think
say hello to
today,
her.
yeah, definitely, and we learned a lot. I think, Mohammed, in
Definitely.
terms of our mindset, and if we were questioning how to shift or how we should be mindset-wise, you definitely gave us all the tips this evening.
Thanks to you.
So, Mr. Hamza, thank you so much for everything.
Thank you always for having me. Thank you.
Mr. Hamza, please do not forget, you're such an inspiring and motivating person. It's always a pleasure to have you with us on Hala Kuwait. Enjoy your evening, enjoy Ramadan, enjoy Sahur.
Thank you so much.
It's our
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dear viewers, we just had with us Mr. Hamza Taqi, the CEO of Knowledge Consulting. Let's go now to our third report, which is, guess what, Rita?
Is it another ghabga,
Yeah, it's
Mohammed?
another ghabga for Kuwait Economic Society. Stay tuned.